How the body changes the older we get. Old age. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, my kitchen is a bit of a mess. I'm packing up boxes because the renovators are going to be here over the next week, and they're going to be tearing the whole kitchen out, and all this area here. It's all going to go, and we're having a whole brand new kitchen put in, and so it's going to be kind of torn up for a couple weeks. And so I'm moving stuff out on Grandma's porch and moving stuff all around the house. And my house is going to be a big mess. Renovations are not all that easy, and they take up a lot of space and time, and people are going to be in here and all that. But I will probably videotape it here pretty soon. Well, I wanted to come on here and talk about how the body changes the older we get. You know, I'm pushing 70, for those of you that don't know. People that have been on my channel, they all know how old I am. And, you know, I really got to thinking about that. Someone was talking about how the body changes, and it does change. You know, I still think of myself as being like 25 to 31, in that ballpark. I consider myself 31, even though I'm pushing 70. And yet I think, you know, wow, where does time go? It just all seems to go so fast. And so you can see I'm starting to already move stuff out here and everything on Grandma's porch. It's going to be kind of really messy in my videos when I'm videoing, but that's all right. Y'all understand. So anyhow, what happens to the body? Well, first of all, I think most people notice that, you know, when you start to get up in age, your skin has changed. Now, I still have really great skin. I'm really happy about that. Not just my face, but my body. I take really great care of myself. I drink a lot of healthy water. I eat healthy. I live healthy. I exercise every day. But even at that, the skin begins to change. You know, your skin texture, it's not quite as tight as it used to be, although my skin is still pretty daggone tight. You know, no facelifts except for the mini lift I had at 38, 39, whatever age that was. It didn't last and I didn't need it. And anyhow, I talked about that before. But the thing about it is this, is that you can see I've got all kinds of stuff moved in here too, from the kitchen. So what I got to really thinking about is the body does change. You know, everything from our ears get a little bit bigger, our noses get a little bit bigger, our skin can start to, you know, be a little more wrinkly or a lot wrinkly. You know, we don't have as much, you know, everything is not quite as tight as it used to be. Some things are not even in the same place that they used to be. And you know, sometimes the eyesight changes. It usually does after the age of 40. And although I still, when I went to the eye doctor, he said that I had 20/20 vision. For my age, that is remarkable. I haven't had any kind of surgeries or anything at this time. A lot of people in my age group have had cataract surgery. I hope to never have to have it, but I guess most old people, if not all, get to that point at some point in time. And, you know, there can be health changes. Of course, we know that, you know, health changes can occur. But, you know, we're just basically talking the superficial. A lot of people have old sounding voices, but I think old sounding voices often happen because people let their voices get that way. My aunt, she had the youngest sounding voice at almost 90. You would think she was a teenager. And so I think part of that is just the psychological aspect of getting older. You know, people say that when you get older, you slow down. Well, I haven't slowed down at all. I still am going at the same pace I did at 31 or 25 or maybe even 20. I work out every day at the gym. 5 days a week. I run 7 days a week except for today because we're supposed to get some snow. And I don't mind snow, but it's cold and yucky and wet and kind of drizzly out there, and I just didn't want to be out there. So I'm kind of pulling stuff out of my kitchen and doing other things today, making it a stay-home day, which I love. And but yeah, there's just all kinds of things that can happen. You know, from droopy skin, droopy eyelids to, you know, health issues to, you know, a lot of people, I've talked to people that either have back problems or foot problems or knee problems or shoulder problems. hip problems. The body can wear out just like a car, and sometimes you got to have parts replaced or tuned up or whatever. Sometimes not. I hope not. I hope I don't need any of that. But of course, you can't say for sure what's really going to happen. And so, yeah, I think it's normal and natural. So don't think that you're alone. Your hair changes. The texture of it may change. Of course, the color may change. Of course, we can do something about that. We can color it if we need to. And, sometimes teeth can give people, a problem because, teeth, teeth change, like the nerves in the teeth. No matter how great you take care of your teeth, they can have, some people have root canals, and I talked all about the root canal I had, which I ended up having to have the tooth taken out, and that was in the back on a molar. So if you don't know that video, you can look that up, called Root Canal Nightmare. But it wasn't anybody's fault. It was just my body had sort of a reaction to something. We just don't know what it was at the time from, what happened at the root canal procedure time. So, I'm very highly sensitive to just, different things. And a lot of people are. And sometimes you don't know what you're sensitive to. I think a lot of times older people get tired more easily, but I think often it's because maybe some of them are not as active as they used to be. I have a lot of energy. I do. I really have just as much energy as I always have. But I do think, there can be changes, there can be changes. And I think a lot of times older people sometimes feel a little more nervous or a little more anxious about simple things. And, I have to watch myself on that, There's some things that it never bothered me before that I can let bother me. And I'm very aware of that. So I make it a point not to let it bother me. Because if it didn't bother me when I was younger, there's no reason why it needs to bother me when I'm older. And, but I think you can stay healthy if you take great care of yourself and do the best you can. Often you can stay healthy or healthier than you would be if you didn't take care of yourself. And I think a lot of it has to do with how you treated your body when you were younger. There's certain habits I think it's important to stay away from, certain foods probably to stay away from, eat healthy, drink healthy water, right amounts, get exercise, get plenty of sleep, learn to handle stress effectively. We all get stressed. All of us, we all get stressed. I mean, I'm getting ready for this big kitchen renovation and putting everything in boxes and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a big mess, but hopefully it's going to turn out beautiful. We're planning on having the top part of the cabinets white and the bottom part blue. It's kind of like a new thing that they're doing. And we're going to have a farmhouse sink, I believe. And this whole area over there is going to be, I took the other computers away, so it looks kind of, a mess over there, kind of empty. But all that's going to go, and all new cabinets and everything will be put in there. And so, yeah, but yes, life, as we get older, all kinds of things can change. Our friends can change. Some of them can die. Some of them can move away. Some of them can end up in the nursing home. A spouse can die. Kids can move away. Kids can move back too. That happens too, where kids move back to the house. And I've seen 60-year-old kids move back in with their 90-year-old parents. I've seen it, so it can happen. Or 90-year-old parents move in with their 60-year-old kids. But life does change, and our bodies change, and it kind of reflects that a little bit, And I'm not worried about it. I'll embrace old age and make the very most of that season, and hopefully it'll be a fantastic season. And hopefully it'll be some of the best years of my life, because I've had some wonderful years and I've had some difficult moments in my life. I don't think there's been a decade that I didn't have quite a few difficult moments, but I've had wonderful moments. Life is about all kinds of moments. And some people say, well, that was a bad year, but was there something good in that year? I bet you there was a lot more good than maybe even bad, or at least a lot of good in that year too. So we've got to remember the good when we're looking back on things, not just the traumatic experiences or whatever. Because if you live life long enough, you're probably going to have a few traumatic experiences or difficult times, it's just the way it's going to be. And so, yeah, so our bodies change, things change, all that. And I was eating some candy earlier, piece of chocolate. So I hope I don't have any on my face. I might, I put these videos up. I could keep making them over and over and over till they're perfect, but I don't try to do that with the lighting and all of that. It just takes too much work and too much time, and I never get anything else done. And I have a lot on my plate of life. And I don't overload my plate of life, but I have a lot on it. And so, when I make the videos, I just put them up anyhow. So, but yeah, our bodies do change. And I think the most important thing is to recognize it and to embrace it and to take great care of your body so that your body will do wonderful at every age and every stage of your life. And if you have to go through things, you're going to be a lot stronger if you've taken care of your body, most likely. And so, yeah, just take care of you and be happy with you. You don't have to look 25 at 75, I mean, if you want to have cosmetic surgery, great, that'll make you feel better, but you're still not going to look 25, in my opinion. You might look younger, you might look more fresher, you might feel better about yourself, but you're probably not going to look 25 again when you're 75. And I embrace the age that I'm at. I think young, I see myself forever 31, and yet I also acknowledge my age and respect my age for what it is, for its beauty and for its challenges. And so, yeah, we do change. Our looks change. I look back on my photos and pictures, in one sense I look exactly the same, and in another sense I look very different. It's just the way it is, and it's okay. It's okay to grow old. Be grateful that you're growing old, that you have that privilege of growing old, and enjoy the season. This season of life, old age, is, and I don't really think of myself as old at all. I think of myself as young, but whatever age I am, I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to embrace it all that I can and enjoy it all that I can. Okay, so our bodies do change. So take great care of it so that, it will accommodate your needs and desires as you age, okay? And, also I wanted to throw in there a little bit, there's menopause, and I think men go through their own type of menopause too, as well as women. People say, oh, well, men don't go through it, but I think men do too. I think men and women, I think there's changes hormonally and things like that, and we do change. And I think it's just a way of life, and it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Well, from my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.